Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Mike Gowans. I'm the co-founder at OogleTree.com, and have you ever had a great idea, or you thought you could do something big or different, or maybe you just thought, hey, I want to start my own business, I'm going to do it, and then all of a sudden, either you talk yourself out of it, or somebody else talks you out of it, or you look around and see other people that tried something and failed, so you think, well, why should I be able to do it? What makes me special? If they couldn't do it, then I can't do it. Or, maybe my uncle is right, or maybe my friend is right. That is going to be pretty hard. Those are some of the things that, stop you from actually bringing the world your great idea, or stops you from helping a bunch of people. And so I want to talk about the 14 major bumps on the road to your online business success. The false barriers you got to avoid to be successful in any place in your life. So, you're here. I'm excited that you've made it to this point with us and you've found this video and that you are wanting to start your own business online. We're super excited about online business just because of how lucrative it really is and how the world's changing and how much it's really going to be so powerful to create an online business. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that. Like I said, my name is Mike Gowans, and I've got a famous quote. It's, you can't force a tree to grow. And what I mean by that is there's no real overnight success, okay? It's about taking little baby steps, and it's about ignoring the conventional wisdom out there and getting rid of your self-doubting beliefs and really clearing your mind and understanding that there's no fast track to something. There's no cheat or workaround or something like that. Now there's ways that you can take action on certain ideas or do things in a right way, or use a system or follow mentors that can help you obviously move down the track quicker or grow quicker. But you can't it's not just boom overnight, okay? It's slow little progressions that happen on a consistent basis of you inspiring yourself hourly, by the minute, daily, whatever it takes, whatever you need. But then you do grow, and you do get a beautiful tree that can provide you shade and comfort and wood and everything, resources to live a great life, and that'd be you building a business. So quickly, I just want to go over my story. About 9 years ago is when I got involved with the online world, and I was just working a regular job. I'm from a really small town in Kansas, and when I graduated high school, I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and I ran into, just doing laborious type jobs, and then I started selling cars, and that's when I got introduced to sales, and my mom always had a small business, so I kind of knew what entrepreneurship was, and my family had, my grandma and grandpa, they were farmers, so I watched them, build a farm and work and farm and see them work for themselves, and I had an uncle that he went out and had his own construction company. So I had some of these things where I seen entrepreneur, okay? And I seen what it was to just create something yourself or make your own money yourself without having to work for somebody else. And I seen leverage. I seen where, you had things that were working for you instead of you working for the somebody else. And that really drove me. It kind of inspired me like, wow, there is a better way. Why would I go work for somebody else when I can just work for myself? And that was always kind of my thought process. And then I seen people that did work for themselves. They seemed to have more time. They seemed to be a little bit more happier. They seemed, like they had more income or security or abilities, and that really got me excited. So obviously starting out, I worked for other people, and while I was doing that, I ran into some bumps in the road myself. I ran into a point where it was just like I was skipping from job to job to job, and I'm like, man, this is not working for me. What the heck? And finally, I was like, what can I do? Where I don't have any money to invest in something. I didn't have money to do stuff like start a big business with all this and that. So I went to the internet and I thought, well, people are making money online. I hear about it, I see it, and so I started looking into it, and slowly I seen that, wow, you can build a website without being a coder or a programmer. I thought it was some hard thing, and I just looked into it, and I just started kind of tinkering with it and messing with it. And then I, ran into some mentors online, and before I knew it, I was like, wow, you can create digital products. You can you can use the internet to talk to thousands of people at one time. You can make something once and sell it over again and over again. Or if you have, anything that you want to get in front of people, you can go online and attract those people by giving them information that they're looking for, and then lead them into another place where they can buy something that would be relevant to what they're looking for, give them solutions. So anyways, I started doing that and looking more into that, and I ran into a friend of mine. He was selling a vitamin product, and that business, he was doing okay, he was doing all right, and he just had like a call center where he had a bunch of people, and he'd give them leads. They'd call leads all day long, and they would set up accounts, and people would buy, wholesale this product. Well, I started to, be better at sales when I was selling cars, and I learned that, you can sell things, and salespeople kind of can control their own income. So what I did was got better at that, figured out the sales, watching Brian Tracy and all these mentors. I started around, Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and all these different people, and I started to believing in myself more, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to help this guy, and I seen his business as a cool opportunity for me to maybe, if I could offer him a way to increase his business, then maybe I could, have a part of that. And so I built websites with him, and we worked together and built a bunch of websites, and they were crazy amateur-looking websites, and then we made a video that just educated people about our product and showed them where they could get it and showed them, the pros and cons of different things. And that video took off for us, and it started dragging us in a lot of sales, upwards to where our websites it was doing over $30,000 per month, and it was crazy because we built it one time. We built one video and just promoted it using Google Plus and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and things like that, and it was just, we didn't really know what you're doing, and all of a sudden these sales started coming in, and we started making money, and it was crazy because we would wake up and there would be just a bunch of orders in our email, and we just had to ship the product to them, and that was crazy to me. So since then, I've tried different business ideas and different things. I failed at a lot of them. Learned from a bunch of them. I ran into some great people. And the other co-founder, Anthony McMahon, he's the other part of OogleTree. Him and I got together, and we said, you know what? This is awesome. The online world is awesome. You can, if you don't have your own product, you can sell somebody else's, or you can sell digital products. You can sell information. And this is great. So anybody that wants to make money or work for themselves, the internet's a great way. They can be an internet entrepreneur. And so we're like, let's start a website. Let's build something that shows people how to start a business online or how to make money online, because even if you're broke, you can do it. Even if you got nothing, you can do it, because the internet allows that. Everybody's cell phone allows them to talk on the phone, or they talk to somebody and record it, or record a video, or blog, or start a Facebook page, start a following. And so to me, it's just so cool, because you can start to create a business and leverage for practically nothing. So anyways, that's my story. We're really excited. We've got a great course, and we're just out there helping people, and the success is just it's about tiny little things, and so that's what we're going to talk about. But I want to talk about these 14 things that can slow you down, that can knock you out, and I don't want you to have something holding you back. I want you to win. So let's go ahead and jump into that. The first kind of roadblock is people think, well, I'm too old, or I'm too young. I seen a guy, well, I shouldn't say a guy, a kid, 5 years old, was doing affiliate marketing and was making 6 figures a year. It was insane. They were selling like bracelets and jewelry. It's just crazy, okay? And then I've seen older people in their 70s that have started multi-billion dollar businesses that have never done anything like that before. So like it says here in the quote, age is literally just a question of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And that's so true. You got to keep that in your head. It doesn't matter. It's all about helping people. It's all about, if you have what people want, then it doesn't matter, okay? If you have what people want, they'll buy it, all right? If you can show people where something's at that they need, they'll pay you for it. It doesn't matter how old you are. So get that belief out of your brain and throw it out the door. I don't have enough money. Listen, I've been flat broke, living on a I was living in the corner of some guy's house on the floor. I'd stack a bunch of blankets and lay on top of the blankets for like a mattress, and had all my stuff, like had my clothes folded up on the side. I mean, I was like a vagabond living like crazy, but I was constantly like working towards something. So, like I was talking about, you can start a business online for less than $100. You can set up a website, set up your social media, set up, use your phone, or, go buy a cheap little camera. It doesn't matter how you start. I mean, I started with one of those little flip cameras. I started with little, just cheap crap is what people would think about it today. But you just slowly inch your way along, and it's about, okay, being resourceful. Look, now you can get your message out there in all kinds of ways. I mean, all these new apps and social, Snapchat and Twitter and Facebook, you can do videos on. You can start building a following, or you can start teaching people stuff, or you can start, leading them in the direction of what they're looking for. And so money is just, don't let that stop you. It's about being resourceful. And like I said, the internet is an extremely awesome way to start a business because you don't have to have crazy amounts of money. I mean, to run a website is literally like $100. You're talking like $9-10 a month. So you can find that. If you had to go cut grass for somebody, you could start a business. So really no excuse there. So knock that one away. I don't have enough time. Okay, look, this is so silly. People say, "Oh, I don't have time. I don't have time." No, it's how you spend your time. And if you don't manage your time, it'll definitely manage you. And the big thing is you got to take small actions daily. Set up a little chunk of time here, a little chunk of time there. Doing one push-up a day is better than doing no push-ups a day. You take two people, one person does one push-up a day for 30 days, and then the next person does no push-ups a day for 30 days. Who's going to be stronger at the end of 30 days? Obviously, the person that's doing one push-up a day. So that's the thing that you have to think about with starting a business. It's, okay, well, if I spend 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes, man, that's 10 minutes. Most people can't even get ready in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes a day, okay, that's 300 minutes at the end of the month. So think about that. That's a lot of time, okay? So if you spent 300 minutes a month, every single month, that's 3,000 minutes. You can definitely start building something. I mean, that's crazy. That's so crazy. So don't let time stop you, okay? It's about allocating little chunks of time and taking small little actions towards your goals, towards what you're trying to build or create or teach or whatever it is. You got to do little actions each day. So don't have enough time. That excuse does not work. Don't let that roadblock stop you. This is a crazy one. People, oh, it's a bad economy. Well, again, it's how you look at things. But here's the thing. There's micro economies out there. Okay, there's little niche markets that you can take advantage of. And then there's evergreen markets. So evergreen, real quick, is something that basically will never go away. People always want it. Okay, people are always going to want to learn how to lose weight. People are always going to want new recipes for food. People are always going to want to learn about spirituality. Somebody's being born every single day. Somebody's going every day, oh, maybe I can do that. Or how do you do that? There's always those little things out there. And when you can take, your brain and go out there and find out little ideas of like, hey, where's something somewhere that people are, they're looking for an answer and there's just not a good answer out there. How can I go create that? Okay, so those are the way you've got to think about things like that, little micro economies, little hobbies. People are always going to want to learn how to do art. People are always going to want to know something that they don't know. So you can go take advantage of that with the internet. But here's the thing. There's so many things out there. I don't know if you ever heard this. Well, we don't make skateboards. We make skateboards better. Okay? So you could just go out there, find something where there's already people there, and just go be better at it. And people are going to pay you versus them because you're better at it. So there's really no bad economy. So you can ditch that idea, throw that barrier out. This is another good one. All the really good ideas are taken. So there was this guy back in like 60 AD. He was, Julius Sexton or something like that. That's probably wrong, so don't quote me. But he said at that time that it's obvious that all the really good ideas are taken. Okay? Nobody knew they needed an iPhone until somebody made it. All right? But here's the thing. It's not about, like it says, it's not about ideas. It's about making ideas happen. All right? It's about taking something that's good and or fairly good or useful and just going and doing it. Because what you learn from failing or trying something is going to spark like 10 ideas. When we started OogleTree, it was a completely different like focus towards like business. Like we were going to do some different ideas, and then all of a sudden like swung this way and then swung that way. And before we knew it, we had this incredible idea. So it's about getting started, taking something small and or mixing it with a bunch of, if you have a bunch of ideas, then sometimes you create one idea out of that, but then you have to take action on it. So we're in the best time ever, okay? There's more technology that people are going to want to learn about. There's always new things that people, wants to figure out. So don't let that stop you, okay? Don't let the idea thing stop you. There's plenty of good ideas. Get that out of your head. I'm too small to compete against the big guys. I love this picture. What size difference, okay? What size difference, right? So I have a friend of mine, well, my co-founder, he's got a bunch of chihuahuas. He's got 5 chihuahuas, actually. And he went out of town, and I was like kind of house sitting, and I went to go feed him, and there was this one in there, and it like nipped at my ankle, and I'm like, this little dog has me like running, has me like, I want to get out of the way. So what's the difference between him and I? Well, he had this like confidence. He had this like, I don't care how big you are. I'll nip at your ankles. I'll take you down eventually. And it's not that you want to take somebody down, but small is the new big, okay? Be a micro manufacturer. Work your way up. You can go after any niche. It doesn't matter, because you can slowly see where they're making little mistakes or where they're not doing it as good or where you can improve things. And that's the focus you have to have. It's not, I can't compete with them. No, that's not true at all. I mean, where did Snapchat come from? Where did Periscope come from? Well, we thought these other social medias, they were the best, and these guys are slowly inching their way up. And so that's the kind of focus you have to have. It's you know what? I'll work as hard as I can to be the better of whatever this industry or market. Or, I'll be a micro manufacturer. I'll make the best coffee, or I'll make the best this, or, I'll sell information that's better than these other guys because I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to make it fun, or I'm going to make it better, more exciting. I'm going to simplify it. So don't let this stop you, okay? You just got to do it with confidence, and you got to be strong, and you got to be going towards bettering than what's already available, okay? I'm no good with computers. I love this. These e-cards are hilarious, by the way. I mean, you can see some are funny, some of them are kind of rude and, kind of, naughty, and some are hilarious, but this one's funny. It's not 1989. The excuse I'm not good with computers is no longer acceptable. So here's the thing. The websites that like we teach you how to work with, they're drag and drop. If you can set up a Facebook, you can build a website now. I mean, you literally you click and drag a picture, or you click and drag some text on the page, or everything's so simple now. I mean, you don't have to know how to program anything. You don't have to do anything like that. So this is a silly one. I mean, iPads, iPhone, we're used to it now. The smartphones, the tablets, all this stuff. It's crazy. So it's super silly to talk, I don't know how to use a computer. Just go mess with one. Just go start dinking around with it. You'll figure it out. Trust me. But we teach you how to do that. But alongside from that, you could figure it out yourself for sure. So don't let this stop you. There's too much competition. Okay. Well, here's the thing. You just need to find, like we talked about, you just need to find customers. Go out there and you look around. What are people buying? What are people wanting? What are people seeking? Find out where people are looking for something. Find out where people are hungry for something, and then fix it up and feed it to them. So you don't walk into a room and say, "Hey, everybody, I made hamburgers for everybody," because you may not get a bunch of people in there to eat. But if you walked into the room before and you said, "Hey, what's everybody want to eat?" and a majority of the room's like, "Well, we want ham sandwiches or hot dogs or whatever." Go make a bunch of ham sandwiches or hot dogs, set them in the room, and say, "Here you go." They'll be gone. Okay, so you just find out where their people are hungry, ask them what they're hungry for, find out what people are hungry for, and then fix it and give it to them. Make it and give it to them. Very simple. So this is kind of a silly one. There really is no competition. You just got to work in little micro places. You got to do a better job than other people are doing. I'm not educated enough. So Albert Einstein, the genius, right? he actually had a team of people around him all the time. So one thing I want to say is, as far as education, get a team around you. Get a bunch of minds. Two or three minds make one big, powerful mind. So, it's so powerful to get people around you, have a group of people. But beside that, I love what Einstein says. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its entire life believing that it's stupid. If you're 5 foot and you judge your abilities, if you're good or not, if you can dunk a basketball, kind of stupid, right? Like, don't compare or judge yourself off of that. You don't have to be some educated mastermind, whatever. Go get good at just what you're good at. Like, if you love a certain subject, go really educate yourself on it. You'll have fun doing it because you love it, and then go teach people or find people that are also interested in that and give that to them. So people don't care about your background. They don't care if you got a master's degree. They don't care if you're 6'8" or if you're 2'1". They don't care if you're in a wheelchair, if you have 1 arm, 3 arms, 10 arms. It doesn't matter. What people care about is they want solutions. They want simpler ways to do stuff. They want to get out of pain. They want to get big or get their things that they want. They want to feel significant. They want things. They want to be more energetic or excited. They want a better way. So people don't care how educated you are. They don't care if you can, dunk a basketball. They don't care if you can run faster or whatever. They don't care. What they care about is what you're talking about real? Does it work? Does it make sense? Can you show me how to do it? That's all people care about. So don't let this thing stop you, this not being educated enough. So there's some dangers that can really stop you from success, okay? And the first one is being easily influenced, okay? So successful people out there that are making bunches of money, if they're coming to you and talking to you about something with your business, listen to them. But if it's your uncle that's, sitting on the couch, wife beater with Cheeto stains on his shirt, and he's flipping the boob tube and drinking a Budweiser sitting there, and he's like, oh, blah, 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 you can't do that. I probably would guard those thoughts and those suggestions or ideas. So don't be too easily influenced, and think about where you're getting your information from. A lot of times, like my ideas, I just couldn't even talk to people about them because I know they would think I was crazy, or they're like, oh, why are you doing that? Oh, you're starting another idea, huh, Mike? You can't do that. You can't care. You can't. You really can't. You have to believe in yourself. You have to, believe in what you found out. You found out people want this. So, okay, well, make it and give it to them. You don't have to get the approval of somebody to do that. So don't let that stop you. But more importantly, be careful who you're getting your information from. Like I said, if you're wanting to start a new social media program or whatever it is, and Mark Zuckerberg's saying, well, hey, the owner of Facebook, if he's like, well, I don't know if I'd do it that way, you probably want to listen to him because he's a billionaire, right? But if it's your Uncle Jed that you never hear from and he's always the negative one and, whatever, doesn't even know how to match his, shirt to his pants or whatever, you probably don't want to listen to that idea, if he's telling you can't do it or whatever. So don't be too easily influenced. Use some judgment there. Another danger. Only good money is hard-earned money. Okay, so there's that whole concept of, and I believe this, you always hear, oh, you got to hard work and blah. Yes, you do have to work hard, okay? Nothing is given to you. You definitely have to work for it, okay? But there's different kinds of work. So even if you're a heart surgeon, you only get paid if you're doing heart surgery. So you're getting paid off piecework. Or if you're working for somebody else on an hourly basis where they're like, well, we'll pay you $10 an hour. So then you'll, whatever hours you work, that's how much you'll make. That's, hourly work. And that's not fun at all because you're kind of a slave. You're a slave to them, right? You work for them. They tell you what to do, and that's how you make money. I'm not saying there's jobs are bad. I'm not saying being a heart surgeon is bad. What I'm saying is you can, with the internet, with business, there's a different leveraging aspect, okay? Like Robert Kiyosaki says here, a wealthy person is simply someone who has learned how to make money when they're not working. So that's passive income. Or, a music artist, a great example. They work really hard and they, struggle to make this awesome album, this CD, this track, whatever. and then it sells over and over and over and over and over and over. Like those music artists, that it's 99 cents a song, and they sell 10,000 songs. So that's 10 grand, right? That they made, and they spent one chunk of time building a song, and then they sell it over and over and over and over. Same way with information. You can educate somebody or create an educational product that teaches them something or shows them how to, get out of a jam or, get rid of pain or how to, a remedy or whatever. You can build that one time, and then the thousands and thousands of people that all want that same, answer, that same remedy, they buy it over and over and over. That's what's cool about the internet, is when you upload something on the internet, you don't have to be there to click a button to deliver it. You can set it up so when they buy it, it automatically sends it to them. Automatically delivers that product to them. So you can be with your family, you can be at an event where you're, maybe learning something, or you're spending time with whatever, traveling, and your business is in the background delivering products, taking income, and with the technology now, it just wires it straight to your bank account. Boom. So that's, you make something once. I actually had a website at one time. It was called makeonce.com, where you make something once and you sell it over and over and over and over again. This isn't a new concept, but the internet's just made it a lot easier for us. So don't think that you have to be out there, working, just slaving away. Yeah, it takes time to sit here, and make this video, right? I've spent over 20 minutes, be close to 30 minutes here, to make this video. But it'll help people over and over and over and over and over. It'll bring more people back to OogleTree to learn more about how to be a better entrepreneur online, and it helps influence and help grow the business while I'm out doing other things. So just think about it like that. Don't think that you have to just just hammer. You can work really hard for a little chunk of time, and then it can supply you with freedom forever and ever and ever. Another danger. This one's huge. You insist upon staying in your comfort zone. Everybody has seen this picture, I'm sure. It's, here's your comfort zone, and you're in this little circle, but where all the magic happens is outside that circle in this big circle over here. Okay? Now, you don't have to like do something crazy risky and go out and really like just scare the heck out of yourself. What I'm saying is, get off your butt. Get off the couch. Don't just, whatever. I'll just, maybe tomorrow, or, I don't know if I want to do that. It's crazy. So, yeah, going to the gym's a perfect example, okay? Stupid little thing, but I get up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym. It is not comfortable. I've never woke up yet at 5 in the morning. I'm like, oh, great, so excited. But me getting out of my comfort zone, getting up early and going to the gym, every time I get done, I feel better. I start to look better. I have more energy, and it just pays off. And it's where all the magic's at. Same way with this. You can be like, well, I don't really want to make that video that could help somebody, because what's easy to do is also easy not to do. All right? So you have to, there's a great book by a guy by the name of Jeff Olson, super successful guy, wrote the book The Slight Edge. Go get it. Very awesome, helps you with, your personal development and discipline, and really talks about this comfort zone thing. But what it is it's you just stretching yourself a little bit. Just stretch a little bit. Just do a little bit. Okay, 10 minutes today, 11 minutes tomorrow, 12 minutes the next day, 13 minutes. But pretty soon, half hour, 1 hour, 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day, building your business online, it's going to work, okay? Just stretch yourself a little bit. Make one video. Yeah, it might suck. You might not look too cool, or you think whatever. But make another one. You'll get better at it. It's like anything that you do. You just have to get better and better and better, and it just works. So you get out of your comfort zone. Get off the couch. Quit being late. You're not going to just sit back on the couch and money's going to fall out of the TV, or somebody's going to come by and say, oh, hey, we dropped off $1 million in your mailbox. It's not going to happen. You have to get up, do a little bit, and help people. And here's the cool thing. Your competition, the other people out there, they're in their comfort zone. So if you can stretch out of yours just a little bit, you're already ahead of a bunch of people. So that puts you really ahead, and that's a great place to be, is ahead. So think about that. Don't let your comfort zone keep you from your dreams, your future, your exciting journeys, and nice vehicles, security, health. Don't let that stop you. Okay, don't let your comfort zone stop you. This is a crazy one. This is you just go to somewhere where there's a bunch of people and just listen. Okay, my situation's different. Everybody's always complaining about whatever, and I love this quote right here. We do not see things as they are. We see things as we are. Okay, so very important to become aware of this. But I want you to this one thing in your mind. Look for reasons it does work instead of the reasons why it won't work. Okay, it's just there's two sides of that coin. Just look at one of them versus the other. And a good warning sign is just tell you every time you think, well, I don't think that's possible. I want that to be like a little ding that goes off in your head that says, wait, okay, so there's an opportunity for me to think how it does work. And so I want you to get that in your head. So every time you think, well, it won't work, let that ding, it goes off and it says, okay, this is an opportunity for me to say how it will work. Okay, people have been broke, washing their clothes in their bathtub, washing their dishes in their bathtub, out in the ditch. I mean, it doesn't matter. Somebody's been in a worse spot and went to success. Or somebody has been, completely handicapped and they've went and won a race because, handicapped by not having legs. I see those pictures where there's people running and they got like robotic like legs on or fake legs. It's only you that can decide if you want to win or not. And if you want to win, you got to look at things differently. You quit looking at your situation negatively and say, oh, wow, be grateful. Every single day, I have a journal where I write one or two things down that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful, and there's stupid, silly thing. I'm grateful for the sun shining. I'm grateful for, pancakes and bacon and eggs. But when I look at things, I'm like, wow, there is a lot of great things out there that, they're to be grateful for. But there's a lot of things where, some people don't get pancakes, bacon, and eggs. I can go walk downstairs from my office and go make me some. So it's about seeing things in a way where you're positive mind. You're going to do it. Quit thinking your situation's different. It's not different. We all have the same 24 hours. We all have the same things around us that we can get access to through some way by connecting with somebody somehow, something, and you just got to figure it out. Okay, so don't let this stop you. Don't let the danger of your thinking your situation's different stop you. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay, beaver eating a tree there. Idea pack rat versus a beaver. Okay, so an idea pack rat. Pack rats, if you've ever seen them, they will collect like any. If you've ever looked at a pack rat's nest, it's just full of like all these little crazy things. All these little objects and all this stuff. If you're always out there trying to find the next, shiny object, and you run from one object to another, and you never put any like depth into anything, you start a website and it's not like cranking tons of money after 6 months. Oh, it doesn't work. No, you just suspect 18 months. Like you're gonna plug in 18 months. That's it. Okay, like at least 18 months. It may happen way sooner. It may happen. I mean, when we went crazy on our website, it took like 4 months, right? And I didn't know. I had a little bit of understanding, but not a lot. I mean, I was super, super amateur. So that's the thing. You got to just get with something and go. So an idea pack rat is somebody that just collects a bunch of shiny objects, never does anything with them. They're bouncing from one idea to the next, to the next, to the next. Where a beaver, when they go to build a dam, they're like, oh, this looks like a pretty decent spot. And they don't go out and look for the biggest, greatest tree out there. They find the first stick that looks big enough that will fit in their little mouth, and they will grab it and start packing it onto the dam. They'll start adding one little piece by another piece by another piece by another piece, and then once it's together, once they have all these sticks on that pile, then they start shaping it and maintaining it, and kind of, now they've got a dam built, they've got a house, now they can go spend some more time to go find a bigger tree or a better log to lay in there. A bigger tree they can chew on longer because they've took all these little baby trees, broken little branches, and fit them into the right places. So you got to have that beaver mindset where you just start building, start making, get to work, and then stick with it and keep adding little piece by little piece by little piece. And before you know it, boom, it's going to hit, it's going to take off and go. But if you always, there's another, maybe that's a better idea, or maybe I should go do that. That guy told me this is better than this. No, get the fundamentals and just start working. Just work, work, work. Slight edge, okay, like that book by Jeff Olson, The Slight Edge. Just slowly, each day, make the right decision, good little decisions, and they compound over time, and pretty soon it's all of a sudden, it's like, wow, I'm successful. And it feels like it happened overnight, but it didn't. And people will think, wow, overnight success. I love it. One time they said, overnight success, yeah, it took me 5 years to become an overnight success. And that's how people look at it, because they don't see you grinding. They don't see you in the background when you're hustling and nobody's watching. But because you have character and because you really care and because you want to reach different levels in your life, you do it and you work towards it. But don't get distracted by shiny object. Don't be a pack rat. Be a beaver. Go out there and start munching and packing and building you a dam. So, well, hopefully, this reached you. Hopefully, this stops you from giving up. Hopefully, it inspired you to go forward. I know it was a little long, but you know what? It needed to be said, okay? And I hope you start thinking different. I hope you start letting these roadblocks dissolve and these different dangers. You look out for them and you don't let them take you out. And I want you to, hopefully you keep like a little reminder of this video. Maybe you took some notes and stick them around. At one time, I had Post-it notes everywhere reminding me stuff. I ordered a bracelet one time, one of those little rubber, like Live Strong bracelets, only you could put whatever you want on it. And I put on it I told myself it said, stay present, keep going, don't worry, because 99% of the things we worry about never even happen. And I had it as a bracelet on my arm, and I don't usually wear any bracelets or anything, just a watch. So it's this extra thing, but it reminded me all the time. And so I hope you take this video and you write down some of these reminders. And our motto here at OogleTree, that's my other co-founder, Anthony McVan, sharp-looking fella there. But that's the team here at OogleTree. We've got some other people helping us out as well. But our motto is, it's impossible to fail as long as you never quit. And that's the thing that you have to keep in your mind. And that's what I hope you get from this video. And if this helped you, or if you know another friend that's, struggling or whatever, send them to OogleTree. Tell them to sign up and get on our email list so that they can get this video as well. Because, our goal is to help as many ideas come to life, help as many people reach success as possible. And, you're going to be getting some other things in your email box here too as well. And if you're watching this and you're not, if somebody shared it with you and you're not on our email list, go over to OogleTree.com. That's OogleTree. You can see it there, OogleTree.com. Go over there, get on our, get our free mini course, get our newsletter, whatever is available there on the homepage. There's a way that you can put your email in and sign up. And, we look forward to helping you. And our only goal, like I said, our mission is to help you actually reach the life and get the success that you want in your life, whatever that means to you. But anyways, take care, appreciate your time, and go out there and go make it happen.